Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm John West, and y'all are checking out the Drama Queen on Miss Drama TV.
Only been like 8 days. All I ask is that you'll stay. So many songs you could inspire.
First off, let's get a little introduction to you, because I think that many people are just getting aware of the music and you on the scene. So talk about just the beginnings of you. Now, I know you're from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So talk about that aspect of it. Is that essentially how you got into the music? Because I know jazz is big down there and whatnot.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, youngest of 5 kids. And as far as like the way Louisiana's played a role, I think, in both my life and I guess my music life. I mean, I've been asked a couple times, like, what's your biggest influence, this, that, and the other. But for me, to some degree, it's really been my family and upbringing. Okay. In the sense that I think that, again, like, regardless of how much you play with the genres of music, whether you dip into the soul, into some singer-songwriter land, a little bit of more some swagged out stuff that we'll get to later. I think my mom's been an educator her whole life. My sister works in education as well, and I think, like, even though I didn't become a teacher, there's sort of this instilled value of service.
And let's talk a little bit about this live performance aspect, because I've seen some YouTube videos of you, and you seem to have made your rounds in different areas, whether it's sitting on the floor somewhere with your guitar or on the stage. Explain your travels, where you went to, and why you decided to take your music in those specific places.
Yeah, well, I started performing live not until like the end of, because I moved to Chicago, and at the time I was more interested I was studying art. In college, but by the end of it, end of college is when I decided to get into music more as a profession, and so did a couple shows there. I had a band back in the day. It was a little cool soul outfit, but until I got to LA, I hadn't really done that much performance, maybe 2 or 3 shows, right? Although growing up, I was in the church choir and I did musical theater in high school, but really moving to Los Angeles and starting to be a street performer there is where I basically paid. Although there are many dues yet to pay, but that's where I sort of paid my early day dues.
You actually aligned yourself with a great MC in the game, Pusha T.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that, if you can, briefly. Talk about how you essentially came together with Pusha T. Now, was this a situation that you initiated? How did you guys even know each other, or have you had a meeting yet?
Yeah, no, we've met, but just briefly. But looking forward to linking up soon, maybe on a music video for the song, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. What happened was great, man. My manager, Ben Ricciardi, who's just amazing, hardest working guy I know in LA. He had heard these producers, Christian Rich, who produced Lovely. They had come into his office. There's these 2 super cool identical twin brothers out of Chicago, who sort of part of like the NERD camp and all that. They're managed by Shay of NERD. They came in and played my manager some records. And my manager Ben was like, man, they could really redo that song Lovely, because I've had 2 older versions of that song, and so we got together and we started working on the beat and the music, and it just sounded dope. And so basically, Pusha T got a copy of it from Shay, who just was like, hey, this is cool, and Pusha I guess he felt it, because we hadn't met each other at that point, but he basically in the course he's 2 days he got it back to us with his verses on it. And then we got a good mix on it, and the rest has been sort of, some blogland history. So.
Right. Now, I know that was essentially in lieu of this upcoming album, Wish. Now, when is it expected? I'm hearing summer, but I'm not quite sure. Is there a specific date?
No, I mean, it's still going to be a little touch and go. We got some more songs we're going to be leaking, and as well as a single we'll be definitely dropping over the summer. And then it's depending on how things go. I mean, it's so tricky because there's all these different random things on the marketing side about, do you put an album out in August or you put it out in September?
Right.
And you don't put it out too close to Christmas because this, that, and the other. But ultimately, we'll be releasing some more music as the summer progresses. And we're probably looking right now at probably like a late summer, early fall album release. Good. All I say is I got respect for anybody who's got anything going on.
Okay.
Because it's not easy.
It's not. And I mean, note of American Idol and those contests, quote unquote, that really promote artists or new talent. Do you feel like that's a credible way nowadays for artists to be able to, I guess, be in the forefront? Or are you more so like, I don't know if I would do that?
Get in where you fit in. I tried out for American Idol.
You did? What happened with you?
I didn't get past the first round. Because they were looking for people like everybody that was getting like, it was in Chicago right before I moved, and my friend was like, "You gotta try out for American Idol." I was like, "I don't know, dude. Like, I don't belt songs like that. You know, I'm a little more subtle." But he's like, "No, go do it." So I went and did it. But the way you could tell when people got like past like you didn't even get to meet Paula or anybody. Although it's funny because I met Paula like at this random charity event I did like a couple months back, and she was like, "I want to help you out." Or this is back before we got the deal and stuff. Right. She's so sweet. Although she's not even part of it now.
And you told her that you tried out?
I don't know if I got that far. I try to keep it cool. I'm letting you know.
Let's talk about your deal because you mentioned Def Jam. You have it with Def Jam and Mercury, right?
It's that exactly. It's with Mercury, but they're basically it's all sort of like sister organizations here: Mercury Island, Def Jam. Dude, we were so blessed. We were nice enough to get flown out to play for Atlantic Records, about 6 months ago. But at the time, they weren't ready to like sign the deal that day. So they were also like, "It's cool, you want to do some other meetings."
Right.
And we went around and did the the Uptown Loop, went over by Jive, by some of the spots, and everybody was feeling some stuff. But our last meeting of the day was here in this building, meeting with David Massey, the brains behind Mercury, and it was supposed to be a 15-minute meeting, but it ended up turning into an hour and a half. And him sitting cross-legged with his shoes off, just vibing out, and us talking about music.
Okay.
And then he had to leave for Lollapalooza. It was that same weekend. But he called my manager like an hour later, excited on the phone, like basically like, "We're not going to let y'all leave town until y'all sign this record deal." So we worked out the deal, and it was literally, I guess it was like a 24-hour situation.
And it was done.
It was pretty amazing because come on, you don't fly out to New York hoping to get like.
Somebody talk to you, right?
To get the talk going, but then you get on the plane back, after 3 hours of sleep, and you're like, "I just got a record deal." That shit blows your mind. The album's gonna be nice. I think we got a good the core of the album is about music that makes you feel good. That's that soulful. That's like some summertime jams. At the same time, I'm glad people love Lovely, but I'm so excited to share some other varieties of the swag, so to speak, on some of these other records that are both a little more singer-songwriter, some stuff with a little more, I'm dropping a verse on a song or two, a little bit of the sing-rap thing, but all of it, again, wrapped, I think, in some really, hopefully, some good messages, some nice love songs, some things you can sit down with your girl with, or, or with your fam and just, like, vibe out. So, definitely, just to keep on the lookout for the new songs we're dropping, just go to the Facebook / John West.
All right.
And that's where you can definitely...
And more features are to be expected as well.
Yeah.
Surprises, or can you tell us any?
Can't say right.
All right.
The best nights are the simplest. Red wine, nude lips, and a simple kiss. Yeah. Let's test the waters. Love makes a splash, and you too thick to skinny dip. Blinds closed as the